I've been wanting to make my own short film for a while, and it's taken me until this year to actually work up the courage to just at least attempt it. So, this is my breakdown video for my short film. Obviously, make sure you go watch the short film first. In this video, I will not be playing the parts with the music in it for copyright purposes, so go watch the short film first and come back here. The purpose of making the short film was very intentional and specific, so I figured a breakdown video was very necessary.
I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know where to start. It's fine. You don't have to have all your thoughts figured out all at one time. Let's just address each thought one by one. But my thoughts are all screaming at once, and I can't get my brain to shut up so I can hear myself think. Okay, then address it. Start with the loudest voice. What is he saying? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I don't know about y'all, but I talk to myself all the time. I rant, I vent, I talk out all of my thoughts when I'm frustrated or when I'm anxious. So I basically wanted to give a visual representation of me talking to myself and talking out all of my thoughts to myself. So I was just like, well, how am I going to establish the difference between two versions of me? So this version of myself is very anxious, doesn't have anything figured out, confused. I need answers. I need them now. And this version of me is more calm. I pray, I journal. I don't allow things to frustrate me. I don't deal with things that I can't handle. I don't stress myself out. Okay, so now going over the lines for this scene. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know where to start. It's okay. You don't have to figure all your thoughts out right now. Let's just address each thought one at a time. But they're all screaming at once. It's like I can't get my brain to shut up so I can hear myself think. So this is one of my favorite lines that I came up with because obviously I'm venting to myself, and this version of myself is literally listening to the anxious version of myself think. So I'm literally trying to get my thoughts to shut up so I can hear myself think, literally. But of course, when you have too much going on up here, it's like 10 different things are speaking at one time, and you're just like trying to shut it all up so you can be able to process your thoughts accurately. Then let's talk to them one by one. Start with the loudest voice. What is it saying? I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. So I chose that as the loudest voice because I feel like from experience, that is the loudest voice that is like ringing through my head. I've said multiple times, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I've just sat to myself and thought, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And I know a lot of young people, especially, have said that so many times. I just thought that that was the most natural and authentic thing to say because it's very relatable. I know I'm not the only one who has said this like 1,000 times. I'm 22 and I have no idea what I want to do with my life. I clock into a 9 to 5 hoping to be fulfilled or challenged in some way, when instead I leave feeling bored and complacent. The way I think, I'm like, well, if I'm going to go to work, I want to feel challenged every day I go to work. I want to learn something new. I want to feel motivated in my role. I want to feel confident in myself that I know my job, I know what I'm doing, but also that I feel challenged. I actually do want to learn. I want to be multi-talented. That's what I'm going to work hoping for. Instead, I leave feeling bored because I'm at work doing basically nothing all day, not learning anything new, not feeling challenged. And then I come home super bored and complacent, meaning I'm just coming home, I'm just watching TV, I'm on my phone or I'm drinking, and then I wake up and I'm just like trying to mentally prepare myself for work again. Like, there's no room for me to actually work on my passions and actually chase after what makes me genuinely happy. So I just wanted to display the aftermath for me when I get off work. It's just falling back into habits that you should probably get rid of. I can't stop thinking about how I waste 40 hours a week not using my creativity when I'd rather be home working on my ideas, writing, planning, creating something that's mine. This whole work, sleep, repeat life isn't something I've ever desired. Like, ever. Just a note, I incorporated different angles of that initial conversation just to remind the audience that this is where the voiceover stems from. It's me ranting to myself. I'm talking out my thoughts to myself. So I incorporated a few different angles into this just so that could be a reminder. So for the line where I say, when I'd rather be home working on my ideas, writing, planning, creating something that's mine, I'd rather be doing this. I'd rather be doing this. I'd rather be planning for all of these different content ideas I have. I'd rather be just finding another new passion. I have so many things that I'm interested in and excited to try or kind of nervous to try. I'm the type of person where every year, every other year, you're going to be seeing me do something new. Like, that's what I want to be doing. That is what fuels me and what helps me feel just more motivated in life, not going to a 9 to 5 that like I just don't particularly care about or am passionate about in any way. And for this work, sleep, repeat scene, I just wanted to show how it feels like I just walk out, go to work, and like in a second, I have to wake back up and go to work again, do that multiple days in a row. That's just not something that I personally desire to do for majority of my life. Work, sleep, repeat, constantly, at least 40 hours a week. Nah, I'll pass. If I could be honest, I don't feel confident about anything I'm doing right now. The only thing I'm sure of is my love for creating things. I want to take ideas in my head and make them come to life. But I also want stability. And living life off of a creative mind doesn't really guarantee stability. The part where, so for the line where I'm talking about how I don't feel confident about what I'm doing right now, I have certainly felt like that before. And it has taken me so long to get to the point where I'm at now, where I do feel confident about where I'm at in life. The only thing that I've always been certain about is I love creating. I love being a part of entertainment, anything involving social media, filming videos. I've taught myself how to edit videos when I was a child on Windows Live Movie Maker. Like, I grew up with social media. Like, I've always kind of known my lane. It's just taken me so long to actually feel confident about it. So for this line where I talk about stability and how living life off of a creative mind doesn't really guarantee stability, that is a fact. For example, take a look at musicians. Where does most of their money come from? Because it's not directly from their music and people streaming it. It's from doing shows, brand deals, etc. And it's pretty much like that with any other creative career. It's inconsistent. I wrote down these terms and conditions: no guaranteed stability, no health benefits, risk of burnout included, passion driven, profit not promised. You know, we have to reach these monetization requirements, may lead to self-doubt, imposter syndrome, or success, lots of overthinking guaranteed. It's a large commitment to make, to commit to your creative passion full time. And I'm not just talking about content creating, YouTubers and TikTokers. No, I'm talking about anything creative. If you paint, draw, if you know how to make things like rugs and clothes, committing to that full time, that's a large jump. And like, I think people underestimate how scary that is because we're so trapped in, you know, this 9 to 5 thing. But when we have some real creativity that we keep hidden because of, you know, us being scared, that doesn't leave us feeling too well. So I just wanted to show me full blown making this commitment. I'm just going to accept that I'm a creative, and that's what I'd rather spend most of my life doing. Is this normal? Feeling like I'm stuck in a loop, constantly unsure of everything, brain running in circles. It always feels like me versus me, like I'm battling with what I should be doing versus what I want to do. For some reason, at 18, we're all forced to know exactly what we want to do with the rest of our lives. And 4 years later, I'm a college dropout, still trying to figure this life shit out. Honestly, I have no idea how I'm going to get to where I want to be in life, but for some reason, I'm very confident I'll get there. The line where I say it always feels like me versus me, I'm battling with what I should be doing versus what I want to do, again, is going back to that push and pull between doing something that's like socially acceptable as a job versus what naturally makes you happy. And I put the shot of me putting on my army uniform because something that would be accepted or that people would look like and kind of appreciate more is if I went off and I was active duty and I was stationed in a whole nother country and I was just a soldier full time, which is something that I have definitely considered for sure recently, like in the past couple months. Is that really what I want to do? Like, is that my first choice? I didn't join the military to be my main career. I joined it for a backup plan. So for this line where I say in 4 years later, I'm a college dropout, still trying to figure this life shit out, and you see me putting on all my uniforms, I've been working at all those places for the past few years. I dropped out of college my sophomore year and I immediately got a job. And so I've been job hopping for the past couple of years trying to see what makes sense right now while simultaneously still content creating and trying to figure out my niche and what I really want to do. And ironically, I still had all of my uniforms from these jobs. I was like, yeah, let me just put on all of my uniforms to just show I've been trying to figure it out. Okay, I've tried. It's not like I've just been at home doing nothing. I've still been content creating and trying stuff out, but I've also been working, and I've considered maybe like, serving at a restaurant and being a bartender or working my way up in security. Like, I've really considered, staying at some of these 9 to 5 jobs and really trying. But also my anxiety tends to convince me that I'm not good enough, that I shouldn't just go for it. I should just stick to what's safe. But if I don't at least try, how will I ever know? So what I knew for sure is that I wanted this scene to display anxiety. And I was struggling with it real bad. But I was on TikTok and I found this guy and he did this really cool edit. His looked way cooler than mine, I feel like. But I looked at it and I was like, you know what? That is the best visual that I want with this scene in particular. Just me kind of looking around and feeling uncomfortable and just like kind of unsure of what's going on. I just thought it was kind of cool for me to try to edit something like this. I don't usually do edits like this. But yeah, I thought it was like a pretty cool thing for me to try for the first time.
Are you done like spiraling now? For now, yeah. Look, I get you're the more calm and level-headed version of myself that like meditates and journals and shit, but I'm not there yet. Okay, so bear with me. You do know like you can be me if you just calm the fuck down. Oh, really? Just like breathe, like, oh, please. Oh, girl, bye. No one's rushing you to like do anything. You're just like making it harder for yourself. Oh, shut up. Oh my gosh, shut up. Hey, I'm just trying to help.
So I wanted to add this ending dialogue so I can establish within the short film that this is the difference between these two versions of myself. Someone who has done all the work. Okay, I journal, I pray, I leave all my issues up to God. I don't allow things to stress me out that I can't control. I am confident in myself and I know that I'm the boss, okay? Not my anxiety, not my negative thoughts, not my overthinking. I am in control of all of this. And the version of myself that has it all figured out is telling the anxious me, hey, you could literally be me if you just relax. If you just calm down and you don't allow yourself to get worked up, because you are doing this to yourself. You're making it more difficult by festering all these thoughts in your brain on a consistent basis. You are caught literally like making yourself go manic. Seriously, relax. The anxious me is like, oh, really? That's all I have to do, right? All I got to do is chill. All I got to do is take a chill pill, relax. Like, it's that easy. And it's definitely not that easy at all. It's not that easy like we can just turn off a switch and just not be anxious anymore. No, it takes a lot of work. And it first starts with us realizing we have the power to control what gets to us and what doesn't. This definitely showed the difference between me last year and this year. And it took a while. It definitely took a lot. It took me letting go of a lot of vices to realize there's a bunch of shit that I cannot control. I just wanted to show like I have done the work, but that anxious state of mind is a very, very real thing that a lot of us deal with. And I just wanted to be able to show that it's okay. Like if you're dealing with something like this and you're playing this tug of war with yourself and your mind on a consistent basis, just know you're not the only one. Okay, you're certainly not the only one, but you also aren't supposed to be stuck in that state of mind for a long period of time. Now, if I feel any type of negative feelings, I allow myself to feel it for a day and then I move on. I can't dwell in that space for too long. It will literally drive me insane and it's not worth it at all. Also, I shot this short film on my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and I just feel like I've learned pretty much everything about this camera. So I feel pretty good about using this camera for so many different things and also with editing the footage. Like it was a lot. It was a really, really good practice experience just with editing, color grading, audio. But for my first short film, I'm very, very pleased because I was not settling quality wise or effort wise with this. This was like very, very important to me for it to be the best it can be for my first short film. I released a short film a couple of days ago and just like the messages that I've gotten so far has made me feel really, really good because it's just confirmation that I'm on the right path with my content. My main goal with my content is to be relatable. I'm 22. A lot of people around my age, we all live a lot of the same experiences. I feel like it's important for us to always be reminded of that because anytime you feel like you're alone or you feel like you're the only person dealing with something, you have to remember that you probably are not. And I want to be able to build a community and talk about these kind of experiences that young people, young creatives, I don't know if people have ever seen these like large amounts of young people who are really fucking talented in so many different ways, who would rather pursue their actual talent and passion than go do what society says is like acceptable. And that was so, so important to me that I felt the need to make this short film about it because like we all deal with this overthinking and comparing ourselves and doubting ourselves. So it's something that I wanted to show like, hey, this is a real thing that people deal with. But I also wanted the message to be, you don't have to be stuck in that for long. Like you don't have to feel like this for majority of your experience on this earth. You can choose something more calm, something more secure, not allowing things to take over you for so long. Like if you feel frustrated or if you have a little bit of overthinking and anxiety, cool, give yourself a day. Give yourself a day and cool off and move on the next day because guess what? If there's nothing you can do to change it and if life is going to keep going on, what's the point in dwelling? Work through your emotions, then move. Next thing. And if there is something that you can do to change it, do it. At least try. That's why I say in the short film, it's worth a try. If I don't at least try, how will I know? How can I sit up here and make my mind up about something that I haven't even fully attempted yet? Or even fully attempted to the best of my ability. Like even with this content creating thing, I've been doing it since like I was 17, 18. But the past couple of years, I've been doing bullshit. I've been doing things that I felt like a content creator should be doing, not what I truly wanted to do. So I've been trying, but not to the best of my ability. And I'm just now doing that. This short film and the next thing that I'm rolling out, I've been working on since the top of the year. So me actually putting out the short film is like, it's a commitment to me, kind of like that creative agreement that I signed. Like, you've been bullshitting the past couple of years. You don't get to do that anymore. Like, I don't get to bullshit anymore. I can't put out something like this and not take my own advice. I'm a little nervous to do it. I was very nervous to put this out because I've never put this much energy and effort into anything, any piece of content. I've never been nervous to put out content. I was scared shitless to put this out because I literally have spent months redoing it moving so many things around, redoing scenes over and over again because I wanted to tell a very real story that a lot of young people experience. And now I actually have to, I got to keep this up, this high energy, high quality, full effort, authenticity. I have to keep this going. And so all I can say is just expect a whole lot more of me from now on.